Right now, I am building this business called 20-Hour Founder, and my goal is pretty simple. I want to become the #1 advisory firm for 6- and 7-figure founders who are overworked. And by overworked, I mean 50 to 70-hour weeks, not just a bit busy. I mean the kind of situation where you blink and then it's Friday and you blink again and suddenly your kids are getting older while you're still in the office or just in your head at work. And I decided to build this business because I used to be that guy. And now my first company, Apex Carriers, I run it in about 20 hours a week. So in a way, I'm the original 20-hour founder. So if you're a 6- or 7-figure founder who started a business for freedom and somehow you end up in some kind of well-paid prison, this video is for you. I want to show you what I'm building, how I'm building it, and the system I use to turn I hate this business into I can run this in 20 hours a week if I want to. Yeah, I'm going to show you the messy part too, because right now I feel like I look like a fucking amateur on camera, and that's just where we're at. A few years ago, I hated my business. I felt stuck and it felt like I was going nowhere. I felt trapped, like I was in that endless cycle of hiring people, trying to get them to perform, get disappointed, fire them, and then do the whole thing all over again. 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. And if you lived it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the crazy part is the business was doing well on paper, but it was completely dependent on me, which basically means I just bought myself a stressful, high-paid job. And at some point I thought, if this is success, if this is it, I don't want it. And that pain is what forced me to change how I build companies. And that's where the system I use today comes from. Over time, I realized there were only 3 things I had to get right to escape the cycle. Who I hire, how I train them, and what I delegate. That's it. So I turned that into a simple framework I call the time freedom triangle. And one corner is hiring. If you don't have the right people, nothing else matters. But most founders I talk to don't really know who they should hire next or how to actually attract A players. So they settle and then they blame the market. But the truth is that they just haven't learned how to hire properly. And the second corner is training. I mean, you can hire the best, but if you give them shitty training, they will have shitty results and you will think they suck. When most of the time, it's not the people that suck. It's your training or our training, however you want to put it, that sucks. That's why I see training as the second biggest lever in business right after hiring. And the third corner is delegation. For the longest time, I didn't know how to delegate without having the work coming back to me. So I'd hand something off and then they'd half-ass it and then I'd get pissed and take it back and then tell myself the classic lie that if I want to have it done right, I have to do it myself. But the truth is, I didn't have systems, I didn't have KPIs, I didn't have any real ownership on the team. Now I'm a strong believer that every role in every business should have a few clear numbers they own, plus some kind of bonus or incentive tied to that. Not because people are greedy or bad, but because people are people. And they will always do more if there is something in it for them. And as a business owner, you can either complain about that or you can use it. So that's the time freedom triangle: hire, train, and delegate. And when you get those 3 things working together, that's when you start buying back your time. So how does 20-Hour Founder fit into this? Well, like I said, I wanted to be the #1 advisory firm for 6- and 7-figure founders who are overworked and founder dependent. Right now, we keep it stupid simple. We have one program. It's a one-on-one consulting program for founders doing roughly 250K to 5 million a year who are working 50 to 70 hours a week and feel like the whole thing rests on their shoulders. We work together for 90 days and each month we focus on one side of the time freedom triangle. So in month 1, we focus on who to hire next and how to make that role actually worth the hire. In month 2, we look at how we train them so they can perform without you having to hover over them all the time. And in month 3, we look at what to delegate and how to set up reporting, KPIs, and incentives so the work doesn't boomerang back to you every time. The goal is not that you magically only work 20 hours a week. After 3 months, the goal is that you have a business that you're capable of running in 20 hours a week without it collapsing. And if after that you want to work more because you like it or because you enjoy it or you have bigger goals, fine. But it should be a choice and not a sentence that's handed out to you. Now here's the part that's been punching my ego right in the face. I made a decision to build 20-hour founder through free content only. No cold outreach, no fancy funnel, just value. Because first, I genuinely want to give back. There are a lot of founders who don't need a full program. They just need 2 or 3 frameworks, a different way of looking at their team, and then they can make massive changes on their own. And second, content can scale way faster. If I can help one person in a 1-hour one-on-one call or 10,000 people in an hour-long video, I'd rather do the video. But here's the catch. Creating content is a skill. And right now, I am an amateur, which is funny because if you met me outside of this, you'd meet me as a guy in bespoke suits and nice cars and nice watches with a perfect family who has his whole shit together. And then you open YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and then you see me fumbling on camera. Lighting might be off, my hook might be shitty, and some of the content, might just be, let's call it cringe. By now, some clients have seen it, some employees have seen it, friends have seen it, and a lot of other people have seen it. And then they make comments and they ask themselves, or they ask me, hey, what are you doing? They judge me, they judge the content. And of course they do. And I'd love to tell you that I don't care at all, but that will be complete bullshit. Up to a certain point, I don't care. I know they're not in the arena with me, but at the same time, I want to be good. I want to make great content. So I'm in this awkward season where I'm deliberately sucking at something if I want to ever be great at it. Someone once said, I don't remember who, I think Alex Hormozy or Gary Vee or someone like that, your ability to create content is just a reflection of how many hits you're willing to let your ego take or something, and you can become good at anything if you're willing to suck at it for long enough. Those 2 ideas are basically the manifesto for this channel. Right now, I'm willing to look like an idiot on camera in order to build the thing I care about. So from here on out, the plan is simple. I post weekly on YouTube, I post almost daily on Instagram and on LinkedIn. I'm documenting what I'm building, and I just teach everything I know about hiring, training, and delegating along the way. Some videos will be frameworks, some will be stories from Apex or 20-hour founder, and some will just be me processing mistakes in real time. And if I do my job right, you'll be able to watch this channel and literally build a business that doesn't cost you your life. So if you're a 6 or 7 figure founder and you're working 50 to 70 hours a week, and if you want your time back or you want to build a team you can trust, and if you're okay watching me figuring this content game out in public, then stick around, give me a subscribe, follow wherever you're watching this. I put them all into a free 20-hour founder framework. It's got the time freedom triangle in it, plus some other exercises to get you started. The link's in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.